the gang's back together.
Woo!
Yeah, we are.
And after a win too.
Just
love to see it.
warms the cockles of your heart, doesn't it?
I think the best part about the wins now is we know we can't make finals.
Yep.
So every win is just like a cherry on the cake.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's good. A delicious, kind of bland cake, but still
Yeah.
a very
We still
fulfilling cake. It's still cake.
We can still enjoy it, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
It's like the Aldi mud cake.
True. Good
Yeah.
different. Good different.
There's an Aldi mud cake.
Yeah, it's shocking. Yeah. Kind of like the game. We'll get to that.
But at the end of the day, it's still cake.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Welcome to Red, White and Black Chat. Hey, Kat.
Hey.
How you going?
I'm okay.
Yeah. So how you going?
I'm pretty good. Like,
Yep.
saw a win. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I
living the
like to
dream.
beat the Tigers.
It's
They
good,
had
isn't
their
it?
big winning streak, and every time we beat them, it's just like, look at us.
Yeah, it's kind of anytime we beat like a big club,
Yeah.
I think it's nice, regardless
Yeah.
of the fact that they're at the bottom of the ladder and
Yeah.
at times sort of felt like flat track bullies yesterday. But we'll get to that. Why are you like a win, but not so good?
It was just boring, and I think we have so many gaps in our list, and that was incredibly evident.
Yep.
Win or not, I was just very fed up with quite a few of our experienced boys, but again, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So I'm just feeling a bit like plateau. I guess I want to say I'm feeling
Plateau 28.
Yeah, that's it. But even at platform 20, I was just like, like it is what it is, you know.
Bit of an
what
empty
is.
win.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just hope that the next 2 weeks, like I feel better.
Yeah.
I guess, or we all feel good.
Yeah.
Especially when we get on top of the blue baggers.
Oh my gosh.
That'll be nice. I'm getting ahead of myself, but
Can you imagine?
yeah, it was just a very underwhelming win.
That's fair.
My boss came up to me today. She goes for Carlton. She's like, we got 7 injuries on the weekend, 17 injuries on our list. And I was like, haha, we play in 2 weeks.
See you there.
Yeah. Easy win.
What do you reckon about yesterday though? Good vibes?
It was all right.
It was okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got issues. I don't want to get into it straight away. I don't want to bum out the podcast at the very start.
Well, I've got issues too, but that's separate to the podcast.
There was a lot of Tigers fans, but at the same time there wasn't.
Yeah,
There was
they
a
don't travel.
crowd of Richmond is not that far
I know.
away.
I say it very tongue in cheek. Isn't that ridiculous? A couple of years ago, Dimmer being like, "We hate coming here." I'm like, "We hate you." Like, what a ridiculous comment to make.
Yeah.
I don't hate Dimmer, but come on now.
I live near Richmond. It's not that far.
It's really not.
It's a very easy commute.
It's 3 stations on the train, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, that's not Putton Road. They're like, ooh.
Legit, that's not the MCG. And they're like,
And Dusty retired during the week, last week, and apparently they've had fans of 100,000 and 21K, including Saints fans, turned up to that game.
Yeah. That was the second game, I believe, this year that we closed half of level 3.
yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's and I actually looked at that on the telly and when the ball like was kicked out and I was like, oh, they've done it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. Nothing like the Melbourne game though. Did you guys see that on the weekend? That was even worse than the 21 that we managed to get.
Until their supporters are at the snow.
Yeah.
Because their season's
Who
over.
did they play? Giant? Was
Port.
it? Port. Oh.
And they went down by 2 points. It's a lot of close results
Yeah.
this round.
So many
It's
close
exciting.
results.
I was watching the fun games. I watched S. Can we talk about the Jade Gresham?
Can we talk about the Mac Andrew?
Just
Good
mwah.
boy.
It's sort of like it's the thing. I mean, as a St Kilda supporter, right? Like this is the thing. Like sometimes you have to, because your team isn't always going that well. Sometimes you have to be a little bit smug. It's not at someone else's misfortune. It's the fact that like Essendon supporters in the first half of the year just running the mouth, wouldn't shut up.
We're a top 4 team. We're winning the flag. Not making finals.
Are you?
It's
I just love seeing
so-
Gresham. He thought he thought he kicked the goal. He's going around high-fiving the crowd like, I've done it. I've won this game. And they're like, he didn't hear the whistle.
Such a Gresh thing to do.
It was pretty funny actually watching it. I actually had it on mute because I had the Olympics on the big telly and had an eye on it, and I was like, all I saw was Gresh's celebration. I was like, here we go. And then like a second later, I was like, what is going on? Oh yeah, look, it's pretty funny.
That was fun to watch.
Yeah,
that
the
was good.
Karma bus has really come to get the Bombers, hasn't it?
Isn't it?
And then Carlton losing by 75 or whatever it was.
Oh, tell you, Hawthorn look bloody good. They are going to scare a lot of sides if they make the 8.
Yeah, I hope they do.
so
I've
do I.
been pumping their tyres all year.
Yeah. I don't see them. I don't see them missing because we know this is a St Kilda podcast and we'll get there. But let me look at the draw. The draw. So this week, who've they got? They've got
North or
Richmond.
Richmond, yep.
And
so a win.
And then in round 24, they've got North.
Oh, okay.
Jeez, all
so
right.
they've got a good home run.
Yeah, don't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress. We'll come back to them. But
yeah, I was on the train on the way to the game. It wasn't even 3/4 time at the MCG. And the Blues fans were piling on.
Way.
They fired out at halftime.
oh, it's grim.
Couldn't have happened to a better club.
It's almost as like St Kilda winning and Carlton losing in the same weekend.
And
Same.
Essendon.
Oh,
And
jeez.
Essendon.
Yeah.
And Collingwood.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Oh, they all went down, didn't
So
they?
now they're 8th, 9th, 10th.
No, not even because Hawthorn's 8th.
Oh, sorry, they're 9th, 10th, 11th.
Lol.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, we have to be bitter and, sort of laugh at others' misfortune.
Yeah.
But, it's so easy to do. Or if we come back and talk about us, because I love us, we got up by 48 points, which, I don't know, watching the match it was neck and neck for a lot of it. It was a real arm wrestle at times, which I think that's why I was saying coming away feeling flat.
Yeah.
Kat, like I feel similarly in that we should have gone in yesterday and absolutely buried Richmond.
Yeah.
And to not is, I wouldn't say disappointing, frustrating.
Yeah. We should have gone in, like you said, all guns blazing, and we didn't.
Yeah.
I think we got complacent and I think we probably underestimated them a little bit.
Yep.
Overestimated?
Underestimated.
Underestimated them a little bit. I probably think that we walked in cocky and complacent, and look at where that got us. Like, yes, we got over the line by 48 points, but some of the passages of play, I was like cringing.
Yep.
I was like, what is happening?
Yep.
Not the Saints that beat Sydney, not the Saints that beat Essendon, like just not the same side.
Yeah.
I will never understand Saints footy, baby. I will never.
I think at the start of the season, everyone was saying that we bring other teams down, but I don't believe that was true. I feel like we were always playing everyone else's game.
Yep.
And we played Sydney's game, we beat them.
Yep.
We played Essendon's game, we beat them. And we played Richmond's game and it was messy.
But we beat them.
Yeah.
I've often felt that we sort of seem to rise to the occasion of the teams that we're playing. Sometimes, obviously not all the time, but it's a funny one, that isn't it?
Yeah, it explains why we've also had so many close games, right? So it was 10 under 10. So that theory actually makes sense. It's Ross ball, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
rise
not
to the standards.
At least it's not dour anymore. It's
True.
I wish it was a bit more dour. This.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, isn't it? Like, I couldn't tell you the last time I trusted St Kilda. Do you know? And like having the trust that you just see the draw on the weekend and be like, Richmond, that is a minimum 10-goal win.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like back in the day of like, I want to say like 10, 12. No, not 10. 10 years ago won the spoon. So, oh God, like 15 years ago now. So like a 9, 2010, those really solid years where you just put that one in the book.
Yeah.
Hasn't
happened since.
And maybe I suppose that's very much the case for most teams across the comp this year. I mean, it's anyone's game at the minute, isn't it? I know people are saying, oh, Brisbane's a lock. No. No one's a lock. That changes every week, the sure things.
Yeah.
So, I sort of feel like you wanted to have confidence that we're just going to go in and get the job done, sort of run out the year, run it out well. But, that's where I felt the frustration. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're sort of spoiled really. Like we had a good win on paper and we're sort of going, but like Yeah, there's something about not making finals. It's like, well, what are we doing for these last few weeks?
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to see the growth, the hope. You know, run home with a full tummy, if it were.
Yeah.
You know?
I think 48 points is all right.
Oh no, I do too.
There was points in the game where it was like a 10-point lead and I was like, oh, that'd be gross. But getting it up to 48. And in that last quarter, we were kicking goals and that was nice.
Yeah.
Can I say yet again, we were kicking it to the wrong end. Like,
Always.
Yeah.
For as long as I have gone to watch football at the Docklands, which is as long as the Docklands have been open, the locket end is always the scoring end. I swear it doesn't matter who's playing, especially us, but it doesn't matter who's playing. That end is the scoring end.
Yeah.
It 100% is.
Over it. I want them to kick us goals
When I
in the last quarter.
Steely won the toss, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Yeah.
It's a thing. But, it's not because, we won. But it's 9 times out of 10 when he wins the coin toss, we lose the game.
Why would he choose to go down there?
I don't know.
Something about it. I always like to kick
I
Trachy
don't
squad in the
know.
second and the fourth.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is.
I really don't know.
That's something we need to
Address.
Yes.
Hope that was in the review.
Yeah.
Steely, come on.
Kick it to us.
It's
Kick
not
it to
like
us,
the
be better.
wins has an impact.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe just
I
like
close
it.
close roof doll.
Give the crowd something. It doesn't matter with the first quarter. I was 2 minutes late anyways.
There's something about it though in the second and the fourth, particularly if it's a close match, kicking down your home end. It's like, it's exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when you kick a goal and you high five the crowd and then realize it's not a goal and it's disallowed. Whoa. Well, okay, we can. We're going to come back to some of the challenges, but if we start on the good things, because there are plenty of good things on the weekend.
Yeah.
Again, if Rowan Marshall is not the All-Australian ruckman, just get away, because on the weekend he was up against Nankervis, who's Richmond's. He's Richmond's captain, isn't he?
Yeah.
Nankervis.
I believe so.
Yeah, and I brought up the stats because I didn't want to get them wrong. 23 disposals, 25 hitouts, and 3 goals straight. If you don't mind. Yep,
He's such a good boy.
isn't he?
He did the double cobra again.
Loved it. Yeah, loved
He's
it.
the best.
The conversations moved away from him leaving the Saints.
Yeah,
it's
thank
really
goodness.
died down. Do we think there's anything in that?
Well, he came out and said that essentially they were all
Yeah.
rumours, so he shut them down pretty
Which is
quickly.
good.
But yeah, I haven't personally heard anything since. So
No, it's good.
yeah, lots of talk about battle though.
Lots of talk about battle. He
I've
was a good
started
boy
seeing
yesterday.
conversation
was.
about King again. Oh,
Oh no, oh, dear.
no, that's just the hypotheses on the uncensored group. They love to make up lies.
Yeah, look, I tend to take the uncensored group with a very big grain of salt and a shot of tequila.
The uncensored group. There was a post during the week. This is off topic, sorry. We're talking about which podcast everyone listens to. We had to hype ourselves up.
Yeah, we did.
Yay! Look, we're still young.
So we give shout outs to the uncensored group and they're not giving us shout outs. So
It's rude.
bad books.
Look,
So
we're
what did you call us? A bunch of sexy, smart women. Should totally
Smart,
listen to
sexy
them.
and funny maybe.
Where's the lie?
So funny.
Oh gosh, that's so funny. Well, we're still young.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
still new.
Yeah, my
But
babies.
you see Sainted Love got over 1,000
Yes.
followers on Instagram?
Yes.
So
How
good.
good's that?
So
Love it.
good.
It's happening, baby.
And I feel like the more we win, the more people will be inclined to join the fam.
That's it.
you know,
So-
because it's a bit hard to listen to Saints footy
Can be, yeah.
sometimes
Or it can be. Can
when
be
we're
very
in prime
challenging.
Saints footy time. Yeah, which is a bit depressing. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned Josh Battle before.
Yeah.
Wasn't he an excellent boy yesterday? He was a very good boy.
Yes, he
Again,
was
I
very
got the stats in front of me because 28 disposals yesterday.
good.
Him in the back line. So I'll get to him. Him and Cal in the back line in particular.
They were.
But I won't steal your thunder.
Dukes was good. He was good. I'm not gonna be biased when I say that he was, best on ground because he wasn't. But spoils, tip top doogie woogie, love ya. Yeah, he was good.
One particular
Areas from improvement, yes, but That's okay.
There's one particular in the first quarter where he left his man and like spoiled a certain goal. And I'm like, I'd like to see that from Dougal. He's had a really good second half to the year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
I'm not
This is
looking
like
at you
his this is his best season in years, actually.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since 2020, I would say. Yeah.
Biased hat off.
Mm.
Is he getting an extension?
Yes.
Has to.
I think so. Yeah, I think so too.
Has to. Absolutely has to.
Yeah. No, he's had. That's
I'll
for sure.
follow whichever club he goes to.
This could be your red, white, and black chat. Go for Fremantle. But even yesterday,
Podcast.
podcast. I'm just looking at this tier though. Like, can I controversial sort of call? Smashed every week. Jack Higgins. He's had a rough couple of weeks. I feel like in terms of making an impact.
Maybe a couple of months, but yes.
Not unfair. No.
I'll save it for my whack.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh. Why don't we go an early whack then?
Yeah, we could do an early whack.
Yeah.
Why not? Never too early to bring out the cat goes whack.
Okay. Okay. Whew. Small forwards. What are your jobs? Why can't we bend over, arch our backs and pick up a ground ball? We refuse as an entire team. How many men are on the field?
22 at any given time.
Yeah. Why can't one out of 22
our
men?
side, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Why can't one out of our 22 men bend their backs, get their heads over the ball? Actually, no, that's a lie. Hunter Clark does it and he
Very
does it
true.
quite well.
Yep.
I don't see anybody else do it, especially in our forward line. Zero pressure I saw on the weekend. I'm getting really, really, really sick and tired of seeing nobody bending down, nobody to pick it up. And yep, small forwards, Butler included, Higgins included. I rate them both so highly at the best of times, but in the last 3-4 months, I haven't seen any of the best that they can give us.
Yep.
And it is getting a bit frustrating to watch. So that's my whack because bend over, you're close to the ground and compared to the other boys, like, you know, you've got the most centimetres close to the ground. Pick it up, give us a handball, you're done. Cat's happy.
Yes.
Cat's not happy.
Can I just add to that? There's a lot of complaints that people are lobbing it to Butler and he can't take the marks because he's a little man. But if he's not picking up the ball, what options do we have for him to kick a goal? You either have to take the mark or you have to pick it up. Like there is no
and
in
he
between.
ain't doing either.
We fell into that
unfortunately.
trap a bit yesterday again, didn't we? That bombing sort of, and almost like we could get away with it because we're playing an inferior opposition.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, just that kick and hope. I'm like, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? Because if Kingy's going to come back in and is going to come back into our forward line, you know, let's say we've got King and Caminiti in our forward line. If they don't mark it, their job is to bring it to ground.
Yep.
If we're not having small forwards that are coming the ball, yeah, it's a good call.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
then what?
Don't know.
The Richmond's back line actually looked semi-decent. It did. And like, no disrespect to them, but they're the wooden spoon contenders. And their back line made our forward line look below average.
Yep.
And we didn't have a bad list in terms of the forward line.
No.
Yes, we're missing Maxi, but we're not missing anybody else in the forward line. Even Rowe played up the ground quite regularly. So we had a pretty elite forward line considering the list that we have, and they made us look so below average. There was one too many times where their skills overtook us.
Yeah.
And they just managed, they used the corridor so well and it went straight down the line. And I'm like, okay, why are there 3 spare men in the midfield? And then they'd kick it and then Doogie Woogie is like 8 metres behind his oppo. And if it wasn't Wilkie or Battle there, goal.
Yeah.
And it was the same play every single time. Our inside 50s were really good.
Yeah.
But it was
better.
Yeah. The deliverance, not so much, but it's like getting it
Do you mean
there.
like quantity?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But once it got there,
It's like now what, yeah.
we couldn't do anything with it. We kicked 4 in a row out on the full.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But that's the stuff that kills you against a decent opposition, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's being predictable and kicking at goal.
Yeah. But if I'm sitting there and if I can predict their game plan with, you know, a little bit of footy knowledge, this is their job. This is what they get paid for. How can you not tell that they're going to go through the corridor again?
True.
It's just, I think that's just what frustrated me. I'm like, we know what's going to happen. Man up. But even before, you need to man up, get the crumbs, you know, get the ground balls, kick goals.
Yeah. Yeah. Put on a real show. And
That's my monologue.
No,
Sorry about
I
that.
love it. It's a great whack. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what to add, but
She
That's
said
very
it
good.
all. She said it all.
I think another issue was in our forward, Caminiti and Coops. I love them,
Poopy.
but they didn't have sticky hands on the weekend.
No. Cooper took a couple of all right ones, but yeah, it's not as it has been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was just disappointing to see. And then no one picking it up. So the ball was there and then it's gone again.
Well, and this is the thing, right? So like between Rowe and look, Tim Memory, can I say, is having a great month.
Yep.
Tim is having a great month. But between the two of them, you know, 6 goals between the two of them, I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Good. Of course we want to kick goals, of course. But yeah, it sort of shines a light on the forward line, really, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Because
Doesn't it?
then it's like, well, Butler kicked 2. Arguably, did he kick those? He kicked those fairly late from memory and after watching the
6
replay.
minutes to go, I believe.
Yeah. And then Cooper got 2. Good boy, Cooper. I just really like that he's had such a good back half of the season. I've been a believer forever. Yeah, and I suppose that's why it feels like a bit of a hollow win because we could talk about the players that always play well. Like Sinclair was brilliant.
Yes.
Messiah was brilliant.
Wood.
Steely, Wood, you know, fantastic. Zach Jones, again, has had a really good patch. I'm not sure if it's enough to warrant him another contract. I don't know.
He's so interesting.
Isn't he? Yeah. Isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
An enigma.
He makes some silly mistakes.
He's not alone.
Well, yeah, that's it. Like even Clark made some silly mistakes. Even Nass made some silly mistakes.
Yeah.
I ride or die Nass, but there was one play. I hope you girls and the viewers and listeners remember. He stood on the line and he was like, and it was like a glitch in the simulation. He just stood there. It was at least for 4 seconds.
Yeah, it was just like,
and we're like, what is happening? Everybody was everyone around me was so confused about what was going on. And he just went boop and then kicked it. But he didn't move. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest
Glitch
thing.
in the Matrix.
Yeah. Yeah. Odd.
It was an odd game, wasn't it? Like it's
But it kind of sounds like when we're talking about it, like all the players individually were good.
Yep.
But then they were also not good.
It didn't feel cohesive, did
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Everyone's playing their own single man game.
Yeah.
Has that been a bit of our problem? I think it's been a lot of our problem this year. And look, we sound spoiled after I get a comeback after a win. I know it's sort of spoiled, but yeah, I think it's because they gave us that little taste against Essendon and against Sydney, particularly against Sydney. I thought the Collingwood win was the best win for the year until the Sydney one.
Yep.
But we have not played as well as we played against Sydney, I think, all year. Where does that go is what I want to know. Like that running in waves, running for each other, the tackle pressure. That's what I want to know.
Speaking of tackles, it was the so both teams combined least amount of tackles in an AFL game this year.
Is that right?
This year or ever?
It might have been this season.
What a funny sort of game because, it just sort of felt – watching it sort of just felt like a bit of an out-of-body experience. Like I'm watching the footy but I'm not really.
I just didn't care.
I've got to confess, I fell asleep with my boy on the couch. He had his little Saints bib on. We were watching. It was halfway through the 4th quarter and we were just like we got back and we watched the last quarter. But, it just sort of didn't have much pizzazz.
Yeah. It was boring stuff.
Didn't.
Yeah.
But, at least we're talking about a win rather than coming out going,
very true.
Oh, my God.
It just also gives reason for the media to kind of poo on us a little bit and,
just mediocrity again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I really hope they ignore us this week after what the other teams have produced.
I think they will,
True.
though.
So we're
I
just
think they
gonna
will.
fly under the radar.
Like Carlton's going to be in the firing line. So are the Bombers.
Yeah,
maybe
very
the
true.
Magpies a little bit as well.
Probably
so-
Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yeah. 16
True.
behinds they kicked.
And at home too.
Why couldn't they do that last week?
Had to beat up on us.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, okay. So all in all, feeling good because win.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel, there's a bit of melancholy going forward because I'm like,
Yeah.
if we're not going to make the finals, I know I've said it before, but like, give us something.
Yeah.
Give us something for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And looking yesterday, if we're not making it, I sort of start to look at some of our fringe players and I'm like, I really want to see something from you.
Like?
I'm concerned about Paddy Dow because
So am I.
like he should be a lock in our team.
Yep.
He really should be. Some of his ball usage is just mint and
Yep.
some of it is just
Yeah.
really
What was his
really
injury?
Not. Oh, I want to say it was like a hammy. Was it?
But then, yeah, once he recovered, he struggled to get into the side.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like kicks a beautiful goal on his brother,
Yep.
mind you, yesterday. But like at the same time, there's some, sometimes he's, I'm like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Same with someone like Burns, he's had some great
Yep.
passages of play this year.
Yeah.
And there was one yesterday where like he went to literally just to give the ball a roost and just kicked it out on the floor.
yeah.
Doing?
Oh, Ryan.
What are you doing? So
Burns doesn't look when he,
no. He's sort of got like the Greshams about him a little
Yeah,
bit
he
where like
does,
he
doesn't
just
he?
doesn't look and just sort of
and he panics and he's like, Doof.
yeah. Yep. Yeah.
That's Ronnie.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like
Is he out of contract?
Burns, I think so.
Okay. Ross seems to like him though. Like Zach Dawson vibes.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on Zach Dawson.
Yeah, I feel like it's like maybe Ross thinks that he
Just
plays
has a love
certain
child.
role. Yeah.
It's really hit and miss, but overall.
I'm not sold.
Yeah, no more so than other players. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
exactly. Yeah.
That have had those up and downs like Zach Jones. or
Yeah.
like,
And if we're thinking future, we hate to say it, right? But if we're thinking future, we're thinking maybe not. I don't know.
well, this is it. I mean, I know you can't sort of turf out everyone.
Yeah.
Right, but I know we did this way back when we looked at all the players who were out of contract. Remember when we were like,
Yep.
yes, no, no, yes, no, yes.
It'll be interesting if we do that again.
I'll
Yep.
bring it up. Now that we're later in the season, but I don't know. I'm just sort of like, if we're going to push for a premiership,
Yeah.
I trust Ross Lyon to make those hard calls and make those tough decisions to be like, you're just not it,
Yeah.
and that's rough for me to say, having never played elite football. But like, do you know what I mean? Like,
It's what needs to happen.
yeah, there's no point pretending.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Maybe
that
that's
list
what
up.
he's doing now. Like he's just seeing how everyone goes.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep, that's a good call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that list up.
Can I just say, gonna jump in, Angus McLennan.
Oh, what a boy!
Oh, I think I'm in love with him. He makes me so happy.
He has had a good couple of weeks. It was good
Yeah.
yesterday.
He was.
Getting subbed off, I was very upset about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he was injured and everyone's telling me he has to look after himself. But I just like watching him. He's just got that pizzazz. That's
And
what
he's
I'm
so
talking about.
happy.
Yeah,
to,
he's
like,
just happy to be
there.
out there. I'm like, I
Yeah.
love to see it. I love
Good,
his
isn't
energy.
it? And talking about people head over the ball, he got a massive knock yesterday. He was
Yeah.
bleeding.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Somehow
Poor
on
thing.
the coverage, Joel Selwood managed to insert himself again about the headband. Like I was like, come on, mate, we know. No, I like Joel Selwood. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? 21 players out of contract. Who goes? This is on Reddit.
Okay.
So non-free agents.
Yep.
Yeah.
So does that essentially mean would have to be compensated?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So non-restricted free agents. First on the list, Angus McLellan.
Keep.
Kate.
Yep. Ben Patton.
Bye.
See ya.
Sad, isn't it? But yeah, ever since Ruffy broke his leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ruffy. That
Yeah.
hasn't been the same.
Yeah.
Cooper Sharman.
Kate.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What the hell?
What do you mean, okay?
No, but like he is a good overhead mark. He's a good kick of the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
He's a good
justice for
when
Coopy.
if Max King is out, he's a good king replacement.
You reckon?
That's
Yeah,
like-
he's
that's
good
why
at
I keep
Sandy.
him.
Like, he's
Yeah.
a good Sandy player.
Yeah, he's a good Sandy player.
I'm like Cooper
You're thinking 22.
in the yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I am. Don't at me. Love you, Coopy. Dan Butler.
I love Dan Butler.
He
Yeah.
signed, didn't he?
Yes.
Or is it rumours?
Did
yeah.
he?
No,
Okay.
son.
Yeah.
Well, believe it or
2
not,
years.
Reddit is wrong. Oh my gosh.
Can I just say, in our motivational video, give a shout out to myself for that.
Yeah, it was good.
I mentioned I wanted to see Dan Butler kick a set shot because he's so scared of them.
And
Yeah.
he did.
And he kicked a set shot in my heart.
Yes. Yes.
He hasn't done that all year. Oh, Dan. Oh, my boy.
Also, on that note, I told Doogie to have 9. I said 9 contested marks. We did have 9 marks. So,
Well,
They did
look,
watch.
They're watching, they're listening. I love it. Oh dear. Well, next on the list, Dougal Howard.
keep.
Isaac Keeler.
Oh, keep.
He's been elite at Sandy.
Yeah.
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 I agree with
He's got to
that.
be juicy. So
Yeah. I think it's
soon.
just
So
a
soon, yeah.
matter of like muscle mass, hey, because he's a very small boy.
He's a small boy.
yeah.
He's not. He's Matt. He's tall. He's a big boy.
No,
Yeah,
but like,
a
Oh, skinny.
size. Yeah.
yeah, he just needs a bit of muscles.
Meat.
Muscles. What do we do with Jack Hayes? Yeah.
He played at Sandy on the weekend
Did
too.
He did.
Mm.
He kicked
Nothing amazing.
2. I think he kicked 2. Yeah. Keep him because I love him.
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because it's what you can't turf everyone out.
Yeah.
But
He just needs to get his body right.
yeah. Will
We've
he?
given him too much time.
Oh.
I'm going to say too much time.
Oof. Yeah. I think
He's turning into Dan Hannonbury.
oh wow. That's a big call.
That's a knife to the chest.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Because bloody hell. What about James Van Ness? I think we keep him.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because he's a nice boy.
He's a nice boy.
and his mum is very nice.
Shout out to Mrs. Van Ness. What about Matt Allison?
Yeah, bin.
Ooh.
I want to see him debut. I need to see
Ben.
him.
Yeah.
I need to see him.
It's hard, isn't it? Because you shouldn't just give players games. But
Yeah.
yeah, like he's like Max Heath, who's the next one on the list as well. It's like, what are we holding on to him for if we're not going to play him?
Yeah.
Bin.
You have to give him a go. Like, what?
You
We
got
should have
to.
played everyone on the weekend, to be honest.
Well, but this is kind of it, right? I'm like, can you match it at the level? Can you give us a? But then again, is one game enough to give us a glimpse? I don't know, but yeah, I just
But they've both been on our list for so long.
so
I
what-
literally
yep.
think it's been 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if they're not good enough to crack into the side now,
Then
when we're
when?
14th,
Yep.
then stop wasting our salary cap.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of both if I'm Ross.
Because this is it. Like, you know, I know that we've got players in front of them, but like we've had injuries.
Yeah.
Especially in our forward line. What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Don't know. Ollie Houghton, next on the list,
Keep him. He's a small forward.
who might actually put his head over the ball. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I don't know
Play
enough
him.
about
Play
Houghton.
him.
We'll find out.
Go away, Snags. Bring in Houghton.
Go away. Yeah, I feel for Snags. He's
How does he go at Sandy? Like, is he
I'm impressed by him.
okay?
But that's just because
I
I,
was
think
gonna
he's
say
a
you're
nice boy.
biased.
He's got the nice boy factor.
boy factor. Oh, I love
I
it.
could make the whole team just nice boys. I reckon we'll do very well.
You're in because you're a nice boy. Boop. Next. Is that Ross Lyon at selection? He's like,
Good boy.
Cuddly
good boy.
Ross.
That's how Zach Dawson got games. Next, Ryan Burns.
Nah, not for me.
Again, I think
Just hasn't convinced me.
he's had enough time, I feel. Yeah.
Are these players we can't trade? We just have to. We
No,
can.
they're non-free agents. No, so the unrestricted free agents are the ones that essentially there's no compensation for. Yeah, these ones would have to.
But who are we getting for Burns?
That's it.
I reckon we could get someone. I reckon we could trade him. I'd keep him.
Interesting.
I think he has
That's
a
very
trade factor.
interesting.
What about Zach Jones?
No one would want him.
I think Jones would have somewhat of a higher value
Mm.
than Burns.
Mm.
I know that actually, no, I take that back. The age.
Mm.
Yeah. Forget I said that.
Well, and then we've got, so the unrestricted free agents, no compensation. Jimmy Webster stays.
Yeah. Why was he the sub on the weekend?
Very good question.
He is 31 years old.
Maybe we
So
will
we
say
are-
Sia.
We're slowly pushing.
He's been
Yeah.
such a warrior for us though.
Yeah, he has been. But again, future.
Yeah,
Like
fair.
he's good. I'm not going to sit here and say he's bad because he's not. But I feel like he's getting slower.
Mm.
I feel like he gets a little bit aggressive on the field,
Mhm.
which is fine because it's the reason why I started like loving Dougal. But I don't know, just I feel like it's a little bit too much. I'm not convinced by him the second half of this year.
Yep.
Oh, he was out for 6 weeks. Was it
Mhm.
more?
7 or
seven.
something.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not impressed by his year then, I guess, period.
Because we haven't seen him.
Which is a shame
Yeah.
because I do love him. But
Yeah.
yeah, again,
No.
thinking future.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I think like I will like justice for Jimmy forever, not for the getting rubbed out. That was deserved. But like he has been so good for us for
Yeah.
so long. I think if he goes out on his own terms, to be fair. I think he's just been
Yeah, that's valid.
I think he's a depth player.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, if we're looking towards the future, definitely there's a depth player, but
Yep.
I agree with you. He's not
Yeah.
the future.
Or maybe we give him a year
Yep.
until we really fix our list because
I think
we
so.
have bigger gaps than the back line.
I
Yeah.
think so.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, even if we give him a year.
And definitely could help with the development as well.
Yeah.
Josh Battle, I mean, is he
Yeah,
staying?
perfect world. Nah.
Please stay. Please, please, please.
He's gone.
I think look at Hawthorn on the weekend. He's playing in front of 80,000 people. You know, Hawthorn are going places. It's sad,
Why
isn't
wouldn't
it?
you
But
want to?
why wouldn't you? I'd go.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just
So the rumours that the boys just were happy for him that he got a goal. And then St Kilda Uncensored made us all think that he signed that the other week, couple of weeks ago. So
Well,
I'm convinced he's gone.
it's sad, isn't it? I like you hope not. You really hope not. But at the same time, I don't blame him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully it's a deal. Hopefully he looks after the club
Yep.
in the deal. That's the only
Yep.
thing I hope for if he's out the door.
Yeah.
Liam Stocker,
Keep.
Yeah, we'll keep him. Yeah.
Mason Wood,
Yeah.
keep. Riley Bonner.
Didn't miss him on the weekend.
No, I don't think we did either.
If he's been playing this long at Sandy, I think he's gone.
Yeah, we came in last week or the week before or something.
Yeah, but
Or one
he's had a
that- like
few
one
games
match.
in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
If he's struggling to get inside, and the amount of times that he is in our starting 22 and he gets subbed off.
Yeah.
Ross isn't happy with him.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't see him.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, neither can I.
And if he does, max 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm with you. I don't see him staying.
Yeah.
I don't see him improving.
No,
That's
no.
so
I mean, it is, but also
Future, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really not the future.
he's not.
Yeah.
He's barely the present.
He's barely the present. that's very funny. What about Seb Ross?
Oh, I think he's going to retire.
Yeah.
I think he's going to as well. And another one where I think totally needs to be on his terms. Another
Yeah.
warrior who's just been like, again, is this probably a bit harsh? He probably should have been better than he has been.
Yeah.
But he also, played through some really lean years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why I think, I've got a nice soft spot in my heart for Seb Ross.
Yeah.
Same with Tim Membry, who's
Oh, is he
next
out
on the
of-
list.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon to get another year, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
If he wants it.
Just for that leadership
Yeah.
and that, that courage on the field, I think we need.
No doubt. I think we need leadership down in the forward line, big time. And Tom Campbell's the last one on the list.
I think, again, maybe another year, simply because if we are getting rid of Heath, then we have absolutely no one
To back up, right?
to back up Rowe. Yeah.
Or
And
it's Sandy.
pardon?
Or it's Sandy. Sandy needs a ruckman too.
Can I just look, touch wood, and the year's basically done.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if Rowe went down?
Yep.
What would we do?
Fault.
That's it. See you, St Kilda. Yeah.
If I saw Cheeto in there, I would be so upset.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he
Protect
did ruck
him.
a few times.
Yep.
It was
He needs to be protected.
Yeah.
That's my boy. I love him.
Flamin'
more than-
hot Cheeto.
And the hammer had to go in there sometimes.
He did. Another one who's had a good second half of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, well, after coming back from his injury. I know it's only been a few weeks, but it's good,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that took a good turn, actually. I was
Yeah.
interesting to see if we compared from what we said at the start of the year, but oh well. It's a new dawn, isn't it? At the second half of the year with 2 matches to go.
It'll be interesting to see if our opinions change.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Should go back into a compare the pair.
Love it. That's good for next week.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
So as a social media guru.
That's it. Should we
My
run on
video
it?
making.
I love it. Well, let's take a quick break before we come back for the red, white and black mail.
Let's do it.
Woo.
Welcome back. You've got mail.
You've got mail.
Yet again, thanks everyone for sending us questions. We actually don't have many this week, but we'll get through it quickly. There's some good ones in here.
Yellow.
So first one, who should we target in the draft after our first pick? Mid, forward or defender? I'll just start by saying I actually don't know who's coming up in the draft. I know our dear friend Boston. And I would say all our eggs in that basket.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know what position he plays. But Boston, if you're listening, welcome aboard.
That's it. Can't wait. I'm not really up to date with this year's draft crop either. I must say that's really outside Sainter territory.
Yes.
I think we're still a really strong midfielder away.
Yeah.
I think like you look at players like Darcy Wilson's going to be a freak for years to come, but even looking again like on the weekend like Harley Reid, you know, and look, he's one out of the box. Don't get me wrong, but like. Yeah, you know, just that bull midfielder, whether it's by trade or by draft, we need someone who's going to go in and put their head over the ball week in, week out.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's the mid.
Yeah.
It's, the likes of Roddy and Jones and players like that who we will most likely say bye to, and then we need to fill in those gaps. So I think our mid is very concerning.
So I reckon with our first pick, we get a mid.
Yeah.
Second pick, another mid.
Yeah.
I still think a small forward. I think.
Yeah.
We've got Ollie Hodden.
Play him. Please.
Can I say controversially, I think St Kilda in particular have been sucked in previously looking for, and other clubs, but looking for a particular player in the draft. I think when it gets to our turn in the draft, we should just take the best player. It doesn't matter where they are. I really think it's like instead of being like, oh, we really need a mid, it's like, no, take the best player.
Yeah.
But didn't we do that with Lance Collard? And his heart's with Western Australia.
Yeah, well, it's so hard though, isn't it? Because like drafting's so hit and miss. Like you never know who's going to, be top of the pops and who's not. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't stuff it up the draft.
Got lucky with Mateus.
Oh, poor Mateus.
I know.
On the weekend. Yeah.
And
Maybe feel
Cheeto
better.
and Windy. They weren't top picks and they are eat them up.
Exactly. Yeah. There's so many like in history that have been overlooked so many times.
Yeah, very true.
Like, for example, Sam Mitchell, overlooked in his draft year.
Very
Was
true.
drafted the following year. Anyway.
Next one. How many pets make up Richmond's 100,000 membership tally?
At this rate, many.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Do they count the pets in the membership tally?
They must do.
Surely not. How ridiculous.
But
Because I have over 100,000.
They do.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to have like do they count multiple memberships? So like if you've got your AFL membership and a club membership, or if you've got,
It's a good question.
is it person or is it actual memberships?
Sure. I don't know, but it seems like a lot given where they're at.
Yeah,
And then there's
because
like-
the bandwagoners would have died off by now, you would think.
We could
Very.
see on the weekend when big turnout of 21,000.
It's not even spluttering. It's just, yeah, right.
Yeah. So how many pets are in Richmond?
A lot.
I don't think there's like many back gardens, so I'm worried. I'm worried about the quality of their pets.
The quality of their pets.
They're signing up fish memberships, I guess.
Fish memberships. Oh, I love it.
Okay. This last one. If I was adopting a patron saint who needs love, Cat and Duke style, must love dogs, food, and Lenny, I'm just going to assume that means who to stand.
Yes.
So Cat is obviously a big Doogie stan.
Yeah,
Is she?
anyone but Doogie.
Are you?
Go for it.
I would say Sarah is probably a Coop Sharman's #1 fan.
Yeah. Good old Koopy.
And
Very soft spot. for
I
Koopy.
have
Three?
At this point, I think there's about 5.
That's the thing. You can't, like, I don't really have just one. Yeah, like
Neither.
I'd say on the team, who needs the most love?
Yeah, that's a great question.
oh
I think there needs to be a Darcy Wilson #1 fan.
yeah. I think you got longevity in Darcy Wilson because he's going to be around for a long,
Very
long
true.
time.
Get on
Yeah.
there early.
Yeah, he's going to be good for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
Or
We-
give
but-
Higgins and Butler some love
Some
because
love, yeah,
I ain't getting it here.
at the minute, no.
And Windy, we've kind of adopted Windy as our child.
Oh, good old
Yeah,
Windy.
yeah. After he said he likes our memes, you're done for, Windy.
Good on you,
So if
Windy.
anyone wants to be Darcy Wilson's #1 fan,
Love it.
I would say jump on that bandwagon.
yeah, that's a
100%.
good call.
That's it, because soon it's going to have more members than Richmond.
Yes.
No pets.
So I am going to talk now about, I'm going to dull the mood for everyone, about a situation that happened to me on the weekend. And this is kind of a whack and it's also a sad story. And yeah, so I had a bit of a busy weekend. I was cleaning my apartment because I've got an inspection. I lost track of time because I found mold in the apartment.
Oh,
no.
Anyways, yes, I was late to the game. Like I said, I got there at 3:22 because I thought the game was at 3:30. It was kind of warm yesterday, so I'm actually wearing this jumper and I'm running from the station like, oh no, I'm late. I go to the bar and I get a seltzer.
Delightful.
Yeah. One of our friends sent me his ticket, which I'm very grateful for, loved it. So I'm not going to say where I went to sit, but I went past security holding my drink. Everything was fine. They checked my ticket, everything good. I walk down and I'm about to take my seat and someone says, you can't sit there.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what do you mean? I bought my ticket. Like I have a ticket. That's my seat. And they said, you can't sit there. And then a man turns around and he says, I'll fight you. And that
God.
scared me. I'm not saying where it was. I don't know anyone's names. It was all a big blur. And I freaked out. I was like, what do you mean? I looked to my friend and I was like, Radley. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. He's like,
Yeah.
it's a dry bay. You can't bring a drink. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw a spare seat on the other side. So I sat there, everything fine. But the whole time I'm freaking out that I've upset someone. Like to have someone threaten you
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you've just rocked up to the game. I'm already stressed about mold.
Yeah. Did you
And-
say it was a man?
Yeah, it was a
That
man.
is appalling
After we've
behavior.
gone through in the week to have a man say, I'll fight you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to fight. Like, I just
No.
want to support the team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't know. Like that is
Yeah.
an easy fix, surely.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. I'll just sit there. Someone
Yeah.
like not having to say, I'll fight you.
And not, you can't sit there, I'll call security.
No, it's just, oh, sorry, this is a dry bay. That's an
Yeah.
easy conversation.
Yeah. That's
that
all
just-
that had to be said.
Ruined my whole mood for the whole day. Like,
Fair
I
enough.
spent the whole game sitting by myself in my feelings that I've like offended someone
No.
when I didn't even mean to. And so I think that we're a club, we're a family. Like I
Yes.
spent the whole weekend pretty much when I wasn't cleaning, making this motivational video, got
Yeah.
everyone involved, saying we're a big community. And then I rock up to the game and it's like, we're not a community.
Just like, sorry I had to experience that
Yeah.
because like that is an incident where like, you know, who knows, you know, they might have had issues with people who were drinking previously.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's fair.
and that's fine. That's not the issue. That is no way to speak to somebody. Absolutely not. There's no way to resolve anything you're concerned about.
Yeah.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, this is a dry bay. You might not have known.
Yeah.
And I
That's-
do.
But then that's it. It's
Yeah.
done.
Trying to intimidate a young woman is not on.
I just think
It's just
in
not
any
on.
capacity, like, you know, I could talk here at the start about, you know, sort of having a laugh that, you know, Carlton lost and Essendon lost. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's all in jest. Like, it's
Yeah.
all in jest. It's all good fun. I don't understand the people who, like, when we love footy more than, like,
Yeah.
you know, the next person, but, like, what is wrong with people who think it's acceptable to behave like that?
I'm so not on.
Yeah.
I don't like, yeah. So my love for the club is, I still love the club, but I'm
Yeah.
just like a bit turned off this. at the
Yeah.
Fair
moment.
enough,
Like,
because that person needs to have a bloody good look at themselves. Like,
Yeah.
footy's my safe space. Like I go there, have a good time, and I'm like, oh, what have I done?
literally,
like-
to go from 0 to 100,
Yeah.
I'll fight you.
Since it's insane.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, because I just thought like they were like, you can't sit there, you don't have a ticket. I'm like, oh, but I have a ticket.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, that's wrong.
Anyways.
And you shouldn't have had to go through that.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I did a plat chat. Right, I'm filming the intro. So many issues at the game. I'm filming the intro, and then a man that goes for Richmond said, "Saints suck," and I said, "Would you like to say that on camera?" So I go over there with the microphone. I'm like, what did you say? And he puts his arm around me. He's grabbing me in. And
No thanks.
if we release it, you will see. I'm just like, ha, 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 having a laugh. But that's also so inappropriate.
Yeah.
Sledging me and then like touching my space.
Yeah.
Oh, people and their boundaries. We
Yeah.
had an issue last week with a certain player, which was potentially linked to the club.
Yeah.
And this is how we've come back. It's just men still showing aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's really not right. And you shouldn't have to go through that. No one should have to go through that. And that's, you know, you mentioned about Taryn Thomas, you know, like I suppose you don't have to spend too long on that. But thank God the club just flat out was just like, we're not going to meet with him.
Yeah.
I think everyone's got the opportunity to improve and to be better. But for me, I'm like, no,
It's his third chance.
he's had the privilege of playing in the AFL.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he obviously has much bigger issues.
Yeah.
That privilege should not be allowed for him.
Yeah.
And to be investigating the club being like, oh, we're just trying to go down all the alleys. I don't care.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
care
with
if we
you.
never win a flag.
No.
I care more about our ethics. And
Do an integrity. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 6 weeks ago to stand arm in arms and say we stand for violence against women.
stand against violence against women.
What did I say? We
I
stand,
stand for. It's like cat.
We stand against.
We'll just
yeah.
go. We'll edit that out.
Whoa.
Don't worry. I listened to something not long ago where the person, I could see what they were trying to say, but they were like, we are standing up. We are supporting breast cancer. We are supporting this. And I'm like, I know what you're trying to say. They were doing a fundraiser. Like, it's in support of breast cancer. I was like, don't do that.
All right. So 6 weeks ago to stand there, arms around each other in the middle of the centre bounce and to say we are standing against violence against women.
Yep.
And then to hear that we investigated it, and I know, like you said, Soz, it ended there. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a fact
Doesn't
that it
matter.
happened.
Yeah.
And I do believe that the club's statement was insufficient in my eyes as well.
Yep.
It was like 3 sentences.
Yep.
But yeah, and it was really interesting to see the divide in our supporter base as well.
Yep.
A lot of people being like, and a lot of women
Yep.
saying, it's just footy. Like let him play the game.
No, you can't separate.
Nah.
You can't separate the art from the artist. Like I think
Yeah.
we've moved beyond that as a culture
Yeah.
in footy, but we've moved beyond that as a culture in society. Like no one's prepared to do that. And like I felt that the club responded with that statement purely because of the backlash.
Yep.
Agreed.
And if there hadn't been the backlash, I'm like, well, would we have kept investigating this? I'm with you, Soz. I don't care if we win a wooden spoon every year for the rest of mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do it with some integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's people like it was women saying, oh, but there's domestic violence in all households.
Not in my damn house.
There's not.
Let's just normal, and it's like let's not normalize it.
Yeah, and also, there's not.
These are public figures for children growing up.
Yep.
And we want to be the club that sets an example. And
Yeah.
I think we fumbled it a little bit.
And we as women want to support a club that stands for
Absolutely right. I mean, like, men, women, regardless, like it is a social standard that no one is prepared to look past anymore and shouldn't. Like that there are people even out there in a domestic violence conversation that will say, oh, but
No.
ridiculous. Yeah. No, I'm with you. It's wrong, and I'm glad that we've thrown cold water on that.
Yeah.
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 Agreed.
But I think it has come out today that there wasn't an apology to the AFLW fan.
Wasn't.
I think I was reading that just before. Can't fact check it right now, but
Well,
it's
speaking
not good. But
like, you shouldn't have had to go through that. It's wrong. And I hope your experience at the footy for the next couple of weeks goes back to being your safe space.
yeah, this is like, it's never happened before and it's just shocked me.
Yeah.
Like after everything that's happened, I'm like, why is a man saying he's going to fight me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's unbelievable. Well, I mean, I was going to pivot, maybe we could talk very briefly about the AFLW, only just to say we had a practice match on the weekend down at RSCA Park. Marshy went down. It was beautiful, the social footage.
Yep.
Also beautiful weather.
Yeah.
We didn't get up, but in fairness, we played North, who are just a juggernaut in terms of the AFLW.
Yeah.
They're such a strong side, but a good showing from some of our seasoned players,
Yes.
particularly you guys see the goal from Ella Friend.
Yes.
Sure
that she
did.
kicked on the boundary. And Marsha's
So
like,
nice.
that's
Snapped it
money.
with her left as well.
How good.
Yeah.
How good.
That's money.
It was so good. Yeah, it was really, really good. So
She's
as we're
elite.
getting a little bit closer to the AFLW season, I can't wait to get stuck into that because I feel like we're primed for a big year in the AFLW.
And a bit of a preview, we are going to be involved
Yes.
in some content to do with AFLW.
Oh, yeah.
So once this season's over, don't worry, you'll still find us having yaps.
Oh, yeah. All about Saints footy.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of us that easy.
Yeah.
No, we just love it.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap it up,
Are we going to do it once I got away? I definitely did some research.
absolutely so did I. Yes, we have to because we
Glad
played
you guys are
Geelong.
prepared.
We played Geelong in round 1, so we didn't get a chance to do this, right? So first of all, we've got the Cats. It's Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah.
At Marvel.
Yes.
Excellent. It is our very last home game, but it's a very special Sainted Love occasion on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get in front of the camera.
the
Come on.
Goosey boys.
Come on. Get up.
Getting
Come on.
married.
Come on.
Give us a wave, Goosey.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Congrats, Goose.
Woo.
We love it.
Goose
We
is
love to
getting
see it.
married.
We love
And
to
we're
see
all
it.
going to be there and it's going to be the best night. We're all so excited.
Yeah,
And
we
so
are.
the Saints are going to get the win for you as well, just to cap it off, to beat the Catters. So there's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, our last home game, we play at Marvel, of course, against the Blues, but it is our last home game. So I encourage everybody to get down,
Yep.
to have a celebration on Goose's behalf.
Yep.
But yeah, it's going to be big. But the ones that got away,
Yes.
who'd you start with?
Jack Stephen.
Yeah.
That always felt really wrong, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like seeing him in Cats colours. And I know he was going through a lot at that time too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he definitely was.
yeah, it wasn't great.
I did love him.
Oh, me too. He
Even
was
now
great.
they make articles and they say ex-Saints player. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
He's always a saint.
When it's negative, it's ex-Saint.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that's of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I did love him. He was so, it was our bad era.
It was, but a bloody good player for
He
us.
was.
Like a bloody good player for us for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Who else you get?
Ray Stanley.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going off in the group chat. I'm like, hey guys, do you think we should have kept Ray Stanley?
No, yeah. And like I stand by what I said in the group chat. Reece Stanley has all the gear, no idea. I've
Yeah.
said this in the group chat. I've never seen a footballer built more like a footballer, but have no idea how to play football. And I stand by this. The fact that he's got a premiership medallion, but he looked better because he's popped up by a good team.
But he's been around for what, 14 years?
Yeah,
Insane.
I genuinely, I swear he catfished Geelong. Anyway,
And they've been a top side. Maybe things would have been different for the Saints if we had a Ray Stanley.
we did when we got rid of him.
We fumbled so hard.
Yeah.
Look, let's just say we fumbled that time. It was 2013,
Yep.
fumbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we offloaded a bit of talent in that time, didn't we? Yeah, like Jamie Cripps going to West Coast,
Yeah.
Reece Stanley. There was another one as well.
Who did we pick up? Paddy McCartan, that one.
That was the number one draft year. Petrarca number 2. Moving on.
John Steele was 23. Anyway. I went in a deep dive. And
Who else did we get?
that's as far as I got.
I got a
I
couple.
was, looking
deep of a
at, I
dive.
was looking at the 2014 draft after
No,
that.
I got a couple more.
Okay, yeah.
I got a couple more. So this is way back when. Rex Hunt played for St Kilda and played for Geelong.
Is that a fisherman?
Well, yeah, it was a broadcaster as well. But yeah, he's a footy player. He played for Richmond too. But yes, a fisherman as well. Do you remember listening to Rex Hunt on 3AW on the radio? No?
Yeah, I thought it was Rex's like fishing adventures.
It
or
was.
something. I didn't know he was a footballer.
Yes, he played for St Kilda and Richmond and Geelong. So there you go.
The more you know.
There's also remember Stephen King played for us in the ruck in the late 2000s? Was it the late? Or mid? Did he go to Geelong and then to us or us then Geelong? He played for Richmond too. I don't know. Anyway,
can't
can't remember.
remember.
And the last one, this is really, really niche. This was around the premiership times where he barely got a game. It's a player called Ryan Gamble. He used to play for Richmond and came across and played for us. His nickname was Vegas because
Okay.
Gamble.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cheeky.
he was useless, but nonetheless, he came from the Catters. So
Yeah.
there you go. That's all the ones I could come up with.
Oh, that's good.
So there you go. Anyway, shout out to you, Ryan Gamble, wherever you may be. Well, let's wrap it up for this week. Coming off a
Yeah.
A win is a win, isn't it? So let's give night at Marvel,
Yes.
of course, to
Goose's.
the wedding. The goose getting the, which is
But
exciting.
everyone has to come and be extra loud because our little voices will be missing.
That's right. Yeah,
That's it.
very important to get the support happening.
Yes.
But thank you for listening to Red, White and Black Chat. As always, Instagram at Red, White, Black Chat, at Sainted Love. And we'll be back next week.
We sure will
Unpacking
be.
another win, surely.
Surely.
I'm feeling so confident.
Oh,
Like
you-
I'm just
like-
gonna put it out there.
Caution to the win.
I'm just getting visions of last year when we did it. I
Oh,
think
it was
we're
good,
going back
wasn't
to
it?
back. We're going back to back.
Let's do it. And do you know what? It was
Love that.
basically the same timing
Yes.
last year as well. I remember it was the day we moved house.
Yeah.
And somehow we managed to get to the game. We beat Geelong. It was the best. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for listening, everyone. See you next week. Bye.
you.
Come on, Saints.
Go Saints.
Go Saints.